Hello, friends, family, and fishes. This is LG Shaft. With me is Untold,
The head
and
fish.
we are here to bring you all the mysteries of Atlantis. I mean, we're talking about StarCraft, and we're going to be talking about White Raw and Cytoplasm. There will be no pyramids or sun worshippers here, and this will be an epic ZVP. How you doing today, Untold?
I'm doing amazing. How about yourself?
Doing good, doing good. Enjoying these games. Have you seen a game so far that wasn't innovative or creative or completely wonky in some fashion?
No, I haven't actually.
Well, that is the goal. This is the Antec attack. I believe it's number 20 or something. I wasn't really paying too much attention to the numbers at the end. I just saw some really awesome aces and said, hey, I have to cast this. So, what are we doing talking? Why aren't we casting this? Dude, this is all your fault. Start in 3, 2, 1, go. Why don't you take care of the introductions this time?
Okay. On the in the left side, we have the purple Zerd player named Cytoplasm from Team Alien Invaders. He is a Swedish player, Zerd player, who's kind of been in the background of the scene for a while. You don't see him play too much. He was a really big Warcraft 3 player. He played for Team Delta. Um, just a really solid macro style player, Zerd. I've only seen one or two games of him, and I like his play style. It's really standard, but it's really strong. And on the other side of the map, we have the most popular Protoss in the world, the most sexy man alive, White Raw.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do you know about White Raw?
I know that he looks amazing in a Speedo.
Okay, this is the sexy White Raw. That is his Wikipedia. And apparently he looks sexy in a Speedo. I don't know anything about that, but I'm completely
Oh,
supportive of
wow.
it.
You see Cytoplasm just going for a 10 pull and just getting 6 lings right off the bat.
This is pretty epic, actually. Cytoplasm choosing to be incredibly aggressive with this temple, that's going to force this gateway right behind the forge. This is a gateway before cannon, before nexus. This is incredibly early buildings for White Raw, and even if Cytoplasm just expanded right now and did no damage, he's so far ahead right now.
Absolutely. The only thing that you have to consider is with this map, the natural ramp is so huge that White Raw couldn't wall it in if his Papa Bear needed him to. There's well, I'm an idiot. I am completely wrong. Nobody ever listened to me again. I did not know that you could wall that off that way.
Well, he was
Something new every day.
really close. And actually canceling the pylon. Oh, it
Oh,
is not a wall off!
in.
Oh, guess you're not
Oh
an idiot,
no.
buddy.
Papa Bear, why?
Papa Bear, White Raw.
It's gonna come down to it's gonna have to have really good probe micro. He can really deny a lot of economic mining though if he plays this really well. If he just pops in and back, there's nothing that White Raw can do, and he has to pull the probes.
This is
White Raw
actually
dealing with this
costing
very
White
well
Raw
though, only losing
200
one
income.
probe.
Wow, that was pretty awesome, but he lost 200 income for every second that wasn't mining.
I don't know though, man. I mean, I think White Raw handled that the absolute best way possible.
He did.
He only lost one probe in that entire out of all the 4 Zerdlings.
I completely agree, man. That was the best possible scenario for White Raw. I'm just trying to point out that it still is costing White Raw in small chips and chunks.
Oh, absolutely. I would say that Cytoplasm definitely did something. He definitely forced. He's kind of playing the opposite role in this matchup, if you will. He's playing the Protoss way, where he's forcing the Zerd to be uncomfortable and make units. That's kind of what he forced White Raw to do. White Raw forced to stick to these tier 1 Zealot units, sending 3 Zealots across the map, though. And Cytoplasm really is not going to have an answer for this. He doesn't. He just droned really heavily. He doesn't have any way of stopping this.
He's also taken a quick third, and like you said,
very risky.
that leaves him quite vulnerable, but he's got a lot of production right now and several queens, so he might just be able to clean this up with pure lane and queen support. However, these queens are off creep. They are not going to be able to kite these zealots, so unfortunately, the queens are zealot fodder.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I think this attack is going to work out really well for White Raw. I think it's going to come down to micro for Cytoplasm. If he can have his lings tank all the damage while his queen does a ton of DPS, he'll be okay. But you see him rallying 2 more zealots, and he's just going to easily be able to take out this natural. There's really nothing that Cytoplasm can do. So him sacrificing units for this is really crazy, especially since his third is almost up. So he needs to just take what he can and just get out.
this is not looking good for Cytoplasm. White Raw is a very strong player. He's on Team TT Esports, Thermaltake Esports, and actually I had one of his teammates recently on Metagame Magic, and he talked about some of the stuff White Raw likes to do, and this is one of White Raw's favorite builds, actually.
I'm actually surprised that White Raw hasn't just decided to target down the Thatcher. White Raw could easily just kill this and cut the production of his in a third.
Well, he's also forcing more lings because each time he lets himself get pulled away, he's killing a lot of lings. He still gets the hatchery, but he's forced a lot more damage without letting lings get to significant numbers to build up.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, I really don't think that there's anything Cytoplasm could do. He went for really big risk, you know. Sometimes you have to make big plays to be able to win games, and unfortunately it just didn't work out for him.
That is actually really unfortunate. White Raw is now just sitting back macroing at his base. He's completely unaware of the third of Cytoplasm, and Cytoplasm might be able to turn that to his advantage, in fact, because, well, White Raw does think he's ahead. He doesn't realize that Cytoplasm still has 2 base production. Baneling Nest is going down as well. Cytoplasm might just be going for some kind of Ling Baneling all-in. This could be a page out of Kyrix's book.
Yeah, you know, like they say, if you all in and it doesn't work, all in again.
That's a pretty wise saying, in fact. Which player came up with that? I think it was July, wasn't it?
I think it was this great player named LGUnTold who just said it on the spot there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Knowledge bomb being dropped, man. Watch out. Hirosaki style.
Hirosaki style?
That's right.
Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Oh, okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Yep. Somebody gets my wittiness. Yeah, it's actually pretty huge that White Raw doesn't know about this third, though. That's the only thing that's keeping Cytoplasm in this game, really.
I agree completely. There's actually a lot of lings being pumped out here. I'm not sure what Cytoplasm is got up his sleeves right now. I mean, he's 12 harvesters now behind and just continuing to pump out lings. He's got nearly 500 gas banked up at this point and is just continually making 22 lings.
Yeah, you know, I think Cytoplasm realizes he's like, okay, I'm playing against White Raw. This guy isn't your North American low masters player. He's not going to make silly mistakes. So my only option here is I've lost my natural. I have somewhat of an income. Let me do everything that I can to make as many units as possible and hope to God that it works, because if not, I am fucked.
White Raw is moving across the map with a small group of Ling Stalker.
Oh, and he does realize that he has the third. Oh no, this is so bad for Cytoplasm.
It is.
Cytoplasm is going to have to willfully give this up. Oh, a ton of Banelings going for the Forge.
Forge goes down, Gateway goes down,
Force
Ling Baneling in the base of White Raw, but Cytoplasm is 30 supply behind. This Ling Baneling force is cleaned up. The third base goes down as Cytoplasm drops the GG.
Yeah, I think the big conclusion to that game is he all-ined, and it didn't work, and he got boned.
There's not much you can do against White Raw.
Nope, I think what Cytoplasm is thinking is he's thinking, okay, I don't think I can beat this guy in a straight up game, which is a pretty reasonable assumption. You know, he is White Raw. You know, he's not anybody really silly like Destiny and makes silly mistakes. Exactly. And so you have to think that he's trying to get a win, because a win is a win, and he's trying to get one, and he can't get one, and he's trying to pull strategies out, and props him for trying.
Yeah, man, I completely agree with that sentiment. Okay, let's move on into the next game. Guys, hit F5 on your Twitch TV channel because we're jumping right into it. And be right back.